Hello, everyone. I'm Tracy Flanagan, Mrs. JDog, the co-founder and senior vice president here at JDog Brands. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of Tactical Treasures. Our podcast gives veterans, MilSpouse, and military service members a platform in the veteran space to talk about their service, what they're doing post-service, how they're still serving their communities, and they share with me a tactical treasure that they've come across along the way, whether it be something physical or a mentor relationship, maybe a piece of advice, how it has impacted their journey in their business, career, or life. Today, I have the absolute pleasure of speaking with Flossie Hall. Flossie Hall is a distinguished scholar, published researcher, and highly accomplished entrepreneur. Is an active duty Navy MilSpouse of 15 years and the mother of 4 children. Flossie holds an associate's degree in science from Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, where she graduated with distinguished honors, a bachelor's degree in biology, and a bachelor's in psychology from the University of Michigan, as well as a master's in business administration from Western Governors University. Flossie also earned her EMT certificate and has published research in the fields of genetics and toxicology. Over the years, Flossie has founded and co-founded various successful enterprises, including Healthy Mama, an e-commerce meal prep and delivery company where she generated over 7 figures of revenue within the first year, and the Association of Military Spouse Entrepreneurs. Today, Flossie resides in upstate New York with her husband and children, loves to spend her days reading and relaxing by the ocean, and continues to be a champion and advocate for the military spouse community through education and public speaking. Welcome to the podcast, Flossie. Wow. How many colleges did you go to? How many degrees? Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Many. You know, as a military spouse, you don't get to stay in one spot too long.
Sure, but wow. Yes, you are quite the scholar. My hats are off to you.
I was supposed to be a doctor, so I was supposed to be Dr. Flossie.
Dr. Flossie.
And that takes a lot of education, and it takes a long time in school. So I kept having to go, I have to transfer again. Yes. So I guess I'll just go to this school now.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Well, ma'am, thank you for your service being a MilSpouse. You serve right alongside of your husband, supporting him in the Navy. And so what is your husband's military career? So it's taken your family, I'm sure, to many locations. Do you have a location in mind where you think it had the most impact on you and your family?
Absolutely. San Diego. And I don't know if you've ever been in San Diego or stationed there.
I have been.
It was my favorite, and I still call it my home away from home, and it still feels like home every time I visit there. We were there for 7 years. We were attached to special warfare and the Navy SEAL teams there. My husband's a CB, so we were attached to Navy SEAL Team 3 for almost 5 years and Logistical Support Unit 1. And my time there was just incredible, not only being attached to, special operations and the community that we were attached to, but just San Diego in general. I started my first business there. My kids were small. I got to enjoy sunshine and paddleboarding and the ocean and all that San Diego has to offer. I just truly felt like our family thrived there. My personal career thrived there. I graduated college there. I had so many personal bests there. My friends are there. My business ecosystem is there. I just have some of my most cherished memories are in San Diego. Wow. And I don't think I would be who I am today without San Diego. So we're back in upstate New York now, which is definitely not San Diego. And I say as soon as my kids are out of the house, my last 2, that we are back off and we will be back in San Diego. So
gosh.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Yeah, Jerry and I actually, believe it or not, we traveled to San Diego and did a recruit military job fair when JDog was just getting started and we were just starting to franchise. And it was the beginning of December, and I think we were there for like 3 days. And the weather was absolutely beautiful. It was 75 degrees, and I just thought, wow, this is amazing. It's like the dead of winter back home, on the Northeast.
Yes.
But yeah, it was
It's
lovely.
72 and sunny year round.
Yeah,
And after living there, being an upstate New York girl, I just say I was born to live in the sunshine.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I
Well,
don't
I
ever want
agree
to have
with
to be
you.
anywhere else. So
Yeah.
it's gorgeous.
Hello, listeners and viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in to Tactical Treasures Podcast. So I'm sure there might be some of you out there that are saying, "Ugh, where did season 1 go of Operation Hidden Treasures? I can't find it anywhere. I didn't get a chance to watch it. Now I want to watch it." Well, okay, guess what? The search is over. You can find Operation Hidden Treasures season 1 airing on Vet TV. You can go to vettv.com, sign up, and it's only, I think, $4.99 a month. And you can watch the whole season, 10 episodes. So tune in and stream away. Enjoy Operation Hidden Treasures. And there could be, some more information on a possible season 2. We'll keep you posted on that. Tell me a little bit more about your entrepreneurial journey. I would love to hear more about it, and it seems like you've done a couple things in the entrepreneurial space. Is there one that stood out to you or that you're most proud of?
How much time do we have? Because it's been a journey. It's been a journey. It's been a hot minute. I became an accidental entrepreneur. Like I said, I was supposed to become a doctor. In San Diego, I actually took my MCATs and applied to medical school
Oh, wow.
and couldn't go. I had 4 kids at home and my husband
Mhm.
was deployed all over the world and it just wasn't a possibility. So I started a meal prepping company, Healthy Mama, out of my home kitchen, and quickly was, making almost $5,000 to $10,000 a week out of my home kitchen, 1 day a week
Wow.
in base housing, and realized there was an opportunity to make money on something I never intended to do, which was mass produce fresh food, which I had no business doing because I had never taken a business class in my life. I had degrees in biology and psychology and did genetic research. So I quickly moved into a commercial kitchen, which I also had no idea how to do that. And we did $1 million in revenue in our first year in business. And I had
Wow.
50 employees and I did everything the wrong way 2 or 3 times before I did it the right way. So, I mean, you learn by failing
Yeah.
every day in business, but I wasn't afraid to fail. So that business was incredibly successful, but also was a big failure in a lot of ways. We did a lot of things. I employed 100 military spouses in that job,
Wow.
or in that company. I made 500,000 meals that were healthy, affordable meals. I helped a lot of people get off of diabetes medication and lose weight, and had kids skip McDonald's because they loved my food. I fed athletes and CrossFitters and UFC champions. And I'm very proud of the work that I did in that company, but it was not my dream to mass produce fresh food for a living. That
Sure.
was not it. But from there, what I did learn is that I loved business and I had a knack for business and operations and scalability and marketing and revenue models. So after that, I went on to build and teach entrepreneurship and education and build entrepreneurial education models. And that's honestly where my passion has become since then. So building, out programs like the Rosie Network and the Association of Military Spouse Entrepreneurs, and now Stella is a nonprofit I just helped build out, and my own consulting business. I help teach entrepreneurs how to become successful entrepreneurs and hopefully avoid all the pitfalls that I went
Yeah.
through in my first company, and say, here's the right ways to build a business and here's all the things to avoid. So entrepreneurship's been a bumpy road and I still learn hard lessons all the time. I just hope to help bring all the people with me and give them an easy button when I can. So I've done everything from, education to technology to apps to products to food, you name it. So I've been a little bit of here, there, and everywhere, but it's been fun. I like learning new things every day.
Yeah. 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 That's great. That's,
Yeah.
yeah. That's kind of our journey, Jerry and I.
Yeah,
When we started
right.
JDog,
What went right, what went
yeah.
wrong, and how do you learn from it,
Oh, I
right?
know. Yeah. When we started JDog, we didn't know what we didn't know. And it was a lot of picking ourselves up and figuring out, Jerry Googled everything on how to get rid of junk. And oh my gosh, it was so crazy. And when I look at how we started and where we are now, it's been amazing to pass on knowledge and, teach our J dogs the right way to build a
Mhm.
business and, be successful in junk removal or carpet cleaning and floor care. So
Yeah, no, and it's
it's been
great, and
quite
everyone's
the
like, "How'd you
journey.
learn all this stuff?" I was like, "I went to the school of Google and the
Yeah,
school of
right.
YouTube."
Yeah. And the
Literally.
school of
I was
hard
like, "I may
knocks,
have all
just
these
figuring it
fancy
out.
degrees, but
Right.
I learned biology and chemistry and physics. I did not take finance and, marketing and all the
Right.
things you need for
Yeah.
business."
Hello, listeners and viewers. Thank you so much for tuning into this exciting episode of Tactical Treasures. We are speaking with Flossie Hall. She is a Navy MilSpouse of 15 years and the mother of 4. And Flossie holds multiple degrees and is really in the entrepreneur space and has developed a company that she developed from scratch, just trying to figure out her entrepreneurial journey. And now she has her own consulting company where she teaches business and entrepreneurship. You can find her on FlossieHall.com or on her LinkedIn. Just search Flossie Hall on LinkedIn and you can send her a message to her inbox and she will respond and connect with you. Well, let's dive into your treasure. I'm really
Yeah.
excited
Yeah.
to hear about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, do you want me to tell you what my treasure is?
Yes. Yes,
So we
sure,
we had talked
share.
a little bit about so I wanted to talk a little bit about my biggest treasure has been mentorship and guidance along because I am an entrepreneur and I had mentorship, but I also kind of had a quote that I wanted to talk about too, and they kind of go hand in hand. So because I accidentally fell into entrepreneurship, and I say I'm an accidental entrepreneur, and now I teach entrepreneurs how to be entrepreneurs. My whole journey has been because of mentors and people who've been 10 steps ahead of me, who've helped me become who I am today. That has been my treasure, and it's been the biggest pot of gold that I can find. And still to this day, I seek out people who are 10 steps ahead of me and I grab onto them and I say, help me be better every day. And it goes back to a quote that I had on my email tagline for years and years and years. And it says, I can't predict the direction of the wind, but I can always adjust my sails to reach my destination. And I think that rings true for military life and military
Yeah.
spouse life, especially because you have this north that you want to go to, whether it's completing a degree or a career path or a business path, but you're going to go like this a million ways from Tuesday. But if you just, continue to curve and swerve and have those great people to support you, you will get there eventually. It might take a little bit longer and it might be a little bit harder, but with good mentorship, you will eventually reach your destination, no matter what that goal or path is going to be.
Yeah, I truly believe in mentoring and mentorship, and
Mhm.
I have to say, along my journey, that's been, I think, the most rewarding part of what I do. In JDog and just in other areas, I'm a mentor for the Amplify program through Hiring Our
Mhm.
Heroes, and I love connecting with these MilSpouses and just trying to help them along where they are, whether it's, building a business or maybe they're trying to launch their careers, just, being in the workforce, veteran hiring space. In JDog, I have connections and I've been able to hook some male spouses up with avenues to, relaunch their careers. And I love sharing advice and tips and tricks of what not to do when you're building a business. Because as you, I feel, we've stumbled along the way, and we've just kind of figured it out as we've been going along. And so I love to be able to share knowledge. I think it's important. And it has been very rewarding. So I think that's a great treasure.
Yeah. And it takes people like you to say, I've been there and it's been bumpy, and you can get back up, because some of those days you don't feel like getting back up. But it takes good people like you to say, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
You can fight another day.
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think we met initially at the MIC in 2019.
Yeah.
That's where we met.
Absolutely.
I met so many amazing MilSpouses when we went to that
And
conference.
are you going to be at this one this month?
Yes, we are.
And I'm excited.
Yeah, and so you're a speaker, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see you again. It's been too long.
It has, and I'm so excited that the world is opening up again, and I get to be with my people again, and we get to be back in person and sharing connections and memories. And I feel like this Military Influencer Conference is going to have a whole new wave of MilSpouses and veterans in person, seeking more guidance and mentorship, and leaders in the space who've been around as long as we have to say, help us be that due north and point us in the right direction. So I'm really excited to see, and it's supposed to be about 1,000 people. So I'm really excited to see how many people are going to be there, and especially to get together with I feel like it's a family, right? It's to get together with our family and really hang out and be together and just, spread the love and share the support of all the things that we're all doing, because everyone's doing great things, and just continue to lead and inspire each other. Yeah.
It's great. So do you have some advice for your fellow MilSpouses who could be struggling with constant change, and can you help them adopt your mindset of not being able to predict the wind, but adjusting the sails?
Yeah, it's hard when you feel battered and beaten in this military spouse lifestyle, that you're constantly putting your kids first and your family first and your service member first, to forget that you're also a person, and it is okay to also think about yourself and your career and your goals and your own ambition, to never forget to carve out that time for yourself, for your own education or your own career or your own, business, or even taking a walk or reading that book or having a girls' night out. You really have to set aside that time for yourself and don't put yourself last. And it took a long time for me to realize, like, I am a priority, and I am 1/6 of my family, and I deserve 1/6 of the time, and they have to put in as much work as I do. Make sure you do that for yourself, that my time is now. I don't have to wait until everyone else gets everything that they need. And I did put myself at the front of the line and said, no, I'm going to chase my career. I'm going to chase my goals, and I am going to make myself a priority, because nobody else is going to do that for you. So make sure you make the time for yourself, no matter what that looks like: education, career goals, self, a bath, a bubble bath. Sometimes you just need a bath or a shopping trip, whatever that looks like. Put yourself first on some of those days that you really need it, and carve that time out for yourself.
That's really good advice. And I get that advice, because I'm so much like that. I take care of everybody else, and then I get to myself. And I think I learned early on that the only way that you can be the best for your family, for your husband, for your business, or whatever you're doing in life, is to take care of yourself first. Like they always say, when you're on the airplane, if the oxygen masks drop, put on your mask first before you help others. And I think that is totally true just in life in general. And I think maybe as women, we tend to be caretakers just naturally, and we tend to take care of everybody else first, and we forget about ourselves. But I have found that once I kind of set my priorities for me first, I'm so much better at being able to help my kids, and be there for my husband and I'm better in my business, and just functioning at a higher level when I do that. So, but I think that's great advice. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't pour from an empty cup. And
True.
it sounds cliche and it sounds like it's on a postcard, but you need to feel fulfilled, and it is not fair in life. And this life is hard enough as a spouse that you need and deserve to chase your own dreams and goals, and to also be a priority.
Yeah, so true. So I know that you enjoy reading a lot, and I think I heard somewhere that you read a book a week. Oh, that's good. I
Yeah.
mean, I set a time like early in the morning to read myself, but it takes me a long time to get through a book. How do you do it? What's your
I
secret?
don't watch TV. I
Oh,
honestly, I don't
yeah.
watch TV, and I am a sponge. I come from a background where my mom has a fifth grade education. I'm the first one in my family to go to college, let alone graduate with multiple degrees. So I want as much in my brain as possible. So it's really, it's addicting. So I always have an audio book going and a physical book on my nightstand. So if I'm in the car, there's an audio book on. If I'm on the treadmill, the audiobook's on. If I'm, you know, laying in bed, I'm reading a book. So I power through at least a book a week, sometimes two books. And if you
Wow.
look around me, I mean, you can see my bookshelf here, but there's probably thousands of books in my house.
Wow.
It's just, I can't get enough in my brain because I'm addicted to learning and educating myself. And I just don't watch TV. It's not where my passions lie. So I would rather lay down and read a book or listen to a book than listen to the radio. And every chance I get in the quiet, I open a book. Keep one in my purse. So when I'm sitting, instead of scrolling on my phone, I'm going to have a book.
That's
I'm just a book
great.
nerd.
Well, that's great. And yeah, watching the TV these days, it's kind of crazy out there. I try
It
to turn
is,
it
and it's
off
a
as
lot of
well.
noise. And, I
Yeah.
love watching movies with my kids. So
Mm,
we will watch movies. But if you ask me about any TV show that's out there, I could not tell you
yeah,
what's going on. So if my kids don't physically turn the TV on, my TV would never come on. I would just rather enjoy the quiet and read a book. So it becomes addicting once you get into a habit of it. And that's just become my passion is books.
that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So, how, if people want to find you or get advice from you, what would they look up on the internet?
They could find me on LinkedIn.
Okay.
LinkedIn is my passion besides books. I'm all over LinkedIn. So you can find me on LinkedIn. You can also contact me on my website, FlossieHall.com. But LinkedIn is the fastest, easiest way to get a hold of me. So anybody can go shoot me a connection message or shoot me an inbox message on LinkedIn.
Great.
There's not too many Flossies out there, so I should be easy to find.
Yeah. That sounds great. Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your amazing treasure. What great nuggets of advice for women and fellow mill spouses. It's awesome, and I look forward to seeing you at MIC in a couple weeks.
I'm
Very
so excited.
exciting. Yeah, yeah. So, thank you so much for taking time to come on and share with our viewers and listeners all your amazing accomplishments and your wonderful tactical treasure. It's been awesome to speak
Yeah.
with you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'll see you in like 20 days.
Yes. I'll see you soon. Take care now.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, listeners and viewers. We have just had an exciting episode with Flossie Hall here on Tactical Treasures. And Flossie Hall is an active duty Navy MilSpouse of 15 years, and she holds multiple degrees. She has studied toxicology, genetics, and business and entrepreneurship. She now has her own website, FlossieHall.com, where you can connect with her and hopefully tap into some good business and entrepreneurial advice. And you can always reach out to her on LinkedIn, Flossie Hall. She's very active. Send her a message in her inbox and you can connect with her there. Thanks so much for tuning in to this exciting episode of Tactical Treasures. See you soon.